Hey guys, thanks for joining the weekly live stream. I am happy to be here with you guys right now. Even though I know it's the Super Bowl, but I thought I'd start a little bit early. Thanks for joining. Forgot to turn my mic on right there. All right. Well, guys, let me know. Go ahead and let me know in the chat if you would like me to go over anything specific right now, while we wait on some other people to join us. And I will pull up the good old Webull. And remember guys, if you don't have a Webull, link in the description, go ahead and download that software. And then you can follow along with us if you would like. That would be really perfect because every broker UI is all different. And I'm most familiar with Webull right now, although I've used a bunch of different ones. So what you're seeing here is Webull. And yeah, let me know in the chat anything that you guys want to go over right now. I'm gonna go ahead and check in on the Discord. I need to go ahead and plug the Discord, guys. We just got a new Discord up, and I had promised everyone, all of my OG followers actually, that we will have a some sort of giving back to you guys that have been here since the beginning. And I've got this Discord up right now since a couple days ago actually, and we have a VIP section. And what that is you guys can go to that and ask your specific questions. I've been doing this for specifically YouTube and doing the market analysis for like 2 weeks now, and already I am just really bogged down with questions. It's very, very surprising how much support that I've gotten from you guys, and I really want to thank everyone for that. And that's why I really appreciate my original followers, been here since the beginning. So I wanted to make this Discord for you guys to have the VIP section, which is priority for me to answer the questions. Get a bunch of questions from Reddit, which we do have the Reddit sub now, which is cool. I post everything there, but it's all the same, just the YouTube and Twitter and what's it called? Yeah, the different live streams and the analysis. So it's all the same if you are subscribed to the website prostocgadvice.com, and you get the daily notifications. It's all the same, guys, but some people are specifically on Reddit. And that actually reminds me, for those people specifically on Reddit, let me go ahead and shout this out really quick on Reddit, just in case. I don't know how useful that is. But we will do it nevertheless. What's up, Ricky? Thanks for this. All right, let's go ahead and do that then. CRSR. All right. And let me know how the quality is, guys. I got a new mic, which I finally got it in. Corsair. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this one's been in the news and making its rounds recently. Good stuff. Let me adjust this really quick. Alright. So yeah. So if you guys don't know, this one is the gaming. Makes the gear. Different things like that. I don't own any of this. But this one could be interesting. Let's check the news on it. What's going on with this one? But I've heard it making its rounds. Stock market gains, what you should know. The earnings cards. Yeah, I know. I should write this one down actually for the next. What's it called? The daily market analysis journey to $1 million. I hope you guys are following along. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here. This is on the day. Interesting. This one just flipped to bullish on the super trend. According to the last super trend, it is we would have made a decent amount of money, but of course that was right when it was the first day of trading. The MACD looks like it's gaining some momentum. Volume. This one looks great. The technical analysis looks really bullish. Thank you for shouting this one out, Ricky. Yeah, it traded flat, and when it was trading flat, the super trend was flat, and it was red, so that's bullish or neutral, you could say. I like to think of it as, or sorry, not bullish, bearish or neutral. I like to think of it as neutral as well as bearish, because it can trade flat, and we don't want to be long on that position, no matter if it's options or no matter if it's just buying common stock. Because if we're buying common stock and it's neutral and just flat, I mean, it's just better use for capital. And then what's it called? The options, they have the decay, so we would be losing money if it was flat. No matter if it's not even going down, even if it's just literally flat, we're losing money on options. So I think that's interesting for the super trend. So again, let's look at this. This would have, we would have gotten into it as soon as it launched, and that was around what, for $15, and then we would have watched it carefully and taken the profit at around 38 when it flipped to bearish or neutral, and that would have worked out really nicely. So this is an interesting one. I do like this. And in case you guys don't know, the super trend is 7.3. 7.3. All right, nice, yeah. But today we're going to go over the watch list. I updated the watch list on the website, prostockadvice.com/watchlist. You guys can check that out. It is all updated, and you probably saw a bunch of my tweets from earlier today, and just really going over the watch list updates, and just reviewing, going back over some of our picks, because just most of them are really up, and I mean, there's just so many we can look at. Let me go pull this up really quick on my Twitter feed. Yeah, so starting from the top, HOL up 26% since we got it. CE was up 5, GEVO up 15, STPK up 26 since we called it out. SOXX is actually up $15, although the options are a little bit decaying on that one because it's not as much, but that's okay. And Reggie is up 9%, CCIV up 38%, Solo 13%. I updated the targets on BB. Ford is up 15% from our buy zone, and actually that was one of the stocks that Webull was giving away recently. So hopefully you signed up with the link, and you would have gotten 4 free stocks. And Ford was one of them, as well as AGT, ADT. But yeah, usually they give out around $10 or something. That reminds me, I wanted to check out Moomoo as well. Moomoo is a new exchange, and it could be really interesting for us, I think. But I will be checking this out this week to see if we can make anything happen with that. But actually, they have access to Chinese and Hong Kong stocks, which is really interesting. Anyways, Disney up $16 since we called it out, since Nancy Pelosi brought this to my attention. Tesla up $15 since we bought it. Actually, we bought it around $800, and now it was $850. Well, that's pretty good. TRXC was up just a bunch since we called it out. That was the robot surgeon company. It's up 80%. CAT, Caterpillar, is also up $10. So yeah, and that's it. And some of the other two that didn't do as well on our watch list since we called it out were Lee and AMD. So let me go ahead and pull up the charts for Lee and AMD just in case you guys are interested to see this. But I would like to go over these because this is still going to be a good buying opportunity. The other ones on the watch list, we're going to watch and see if they pull back, and which is possible. I took some profit at around 25% on some of the options I had, but that's what I would always recommend. 25% take some profits, 50% take some profits, 100% take some profits. And if you guys are in my Discord, I've been talking about that. Also on Twitter, I talk about that sometimes, but don't wait for me to take the profits. For sure, if you're following along on my Twitter, on my live, live trading, when I post the trades that I'm actually doing on Twitter, you will see me buying them, and you will see me closing and taking profit, and also cutting for a loss. Sometimes it's going to happen. It's just inevitable. We're gonna get killed on some of these trades. I mean, it's just normal. But so you're going to see me taking the profit. But again, I take the profit at 25%, 50%, and 75 or 100%, depending on what's going on in the news and just, or even some of the indicators that we use, which we don't use many indicators, guys, to be honest with you. It's mostly fundamental trading we do here, which has always worked for me. And I believe personally that is the way. But yeah, don't wait for me. I take them at 25, 50, 100, and 75 or 100. So I got 4 contracts. Let's just say ideally 4 contracts, 8 contracts, 10 contracts, 20 contracts. It doesn't matter. But usually I try to get around 4. Depending on how expensive it is, but usually try to get around 4. So the first contract out of the 4, I would close at 25, the second 50. And we're going to have already gotten a decent amount of money back. And then the next one on 75 or 100, the third. And at that point, we will have gotten all our money back. We will be totally in the green, guaranteed not to lose any money. That's why I like doing that. And then the fourth one, or the last one, you could do 2 or 3. Just let that ride until closer to expiration to go for a lotto. A lotto position, I mean, 300, 400%, who knows? Just let it ride. And the worst case that happened, if it decays and we lose the money on that one contract, it's okay. We can lose it and we'll break even or more than break even if we've closed for 25, 50, and 100. So that's what I personally do. My point was, don't wait for me to do that. I will post when I am closing these positions on Twitter if you're following along. But again, don't wait for me to do that. Do it yourself. And also, if you want to close at more, you can do that too. It's totally up to you. But please, guys, don't wait for me to do that. That would, sometimes you'll miss it. And I don't want you guys to miss taking profits. That's the most important thing. What's up, Norman? What will you look for in terms of exits for your watch list? Yes, that's a good question. Just generally, like what I said, just close at 25, 50, 100. I think some of them are getting up. We're going to go over one by one. Some of them are getting up closer to the targets. Specifically, Workhorse has already passed our target. But, I just want to wait for them to get up closer to our targets, which if you go back on my daily analysis on the blog on prostockadvice.com/blog, you will see the graphs where I made the arrows and the target lines and the cut lines. So just that's in general what I will be doing. So if you guys go back on that, that would probably be good. Or on Twitter, I post some of them. And then you can see what specifically I'm thinking. The target is pretty much what I would take the profit. Of course, if it's an options, especially if it's a shorter term options, I'm taking at 25, 50, 100, or even 75, Sometimes just get out of it. It just really depends. That's hard to answer because everything will be different. But specifically for this week, let me pull up the good old Webull right here really quick. Let's see specifically what I've got going on. Let me go ahead and screen share this too. But yeah, that's a good question. We should be prepared for that for sure. Positions. Okay, so these are my options. Positions. Also, I got the order 2 going on right now. Don't really use much of that, although I probably should. But it just sometimes doesn't really matter. Alright, so SBE, I'm down a little bit right now. I already closed out one of those, if I remember correctly. Alright. So yeah, this is we're selling the put at 37.5 on SBE. I could close that now, but we've already gotten the premium. Let me just make this bigger. Yep, so yeah, it says our total cost is negative, so that means we got paid. So we got paid the $100 premium. So yeah, we could close this out right now for 69%, but there's no need to do that. I will let that ride. It's a February 21st, so that's going to be 2 more weeks, and we'll just keep the 100. I don't think I would have to take a look at the SBE. I don't know what position you guys have. It's really just going to depend. But if specifically, Norman, if you want me to let me know which position you specifically have, and then I can go over those. But for me personally, I look at closing everything. you know, when it's 25, 50, 100, whatever. My iPod is a little bit backwards. I'm going to keep holding that. GVEO is also a little bit backwards, although we're selling a decent amount of puts here. We're selling 5 contracts of puts, so I'm looking at to buy 500 shares if it hits 12.5. This one can be interesting. So hopefully we can see that turn around a little bit, because I would like to buy them because of the selling the calls is really interesting for GEVO. Actually, it's making quite a lot of money and it's not expensive to get in. What do those negative quantities mean? Yeah, so I mean unrealized profit and loss, obviously unrealized profit and loss, like the gains in the dollar amount, and then the negative total cost is we actually got paid, because that's a sell of a put. And like negative is, so like the 3, if it's positive, it would means that we're going, that's a call option, just a call or a put. But if it's a buying of the call or buying the put, and if it's negative on Webull, it means you're selling the call or selling the put. And let's see, Z. Do you mind explaining how covered calls work? Like I'm 5 when you have time. Yep, we're about to do that. So yeah, but anyways, just to answer your question, just to wrap this up, Norman, my SMH, by the way, is down a lot. The semiconductors got killed on that, but we're gonna keep watching that. It'll turn around eventually. I still have some time. I still have until March, and we'll see how it goes. But if we lose, we lose. Apple is also down. I think I might buy some more of those. I might actually pick up some leaps. This is April, so we have a lot of time. I think it's no problem. Apple's easily going to hit $180, maybe more. So I actually might get some leaps on those. But nevertheless, let's go back over here. Okay, so let's do the GEVO for the covered calls. And remember, guys, I'm doing this for free, so if you see at the top, that's the tip jar. If you guys are making money, which I know some of you guys are making money on some of my picks, go ahead and hit me up with $1. Just whatever. Makes me feel better, really. But I'm doing all this for free, so I'd really appreciate that. And I can't monetize YouTube right now. I need some more followers, obviously. But hey, all in good time. We're actually up to almost 400 in literally like only a week. We went from like past 100 to 400 almost. It's really good, great, guys. Really appreciate this. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at covered calls. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Look, this is my strategy on GEVO. So if you don't know about GEVO, go back in my analysis, look it up. But just quickly, it is going to be a clean energy type play. And this is going to be an interesting one. Because look, let's go over here. All right, so this is on calls. Let's go ahead and look. This is what I'm thinking right now. The premiums for calls, selling covered calls. Now remember, you need 100 shares to do this. So first of all, we need to buy 100 shares at $11.55. Actually, the after-hour market price is $11.75. So 100 shares is going to cost us $1,175 at market price. Now look, guys. If we sell these premiums 12 days until expiration, so this expires on February 19th, and let's look a little bit further out. Okay, this is more interesting. These premiums are going, so this expires on March 19th. So we're gonna go ahead and sell a covered call, and we bought it for, we could sell at $15, $17. These went down since the last time I looked at it, but that's okay. So basically, if you pull out a calculator, what we're gonna do, and we get the premium if we sell it. So basically, the premium is 100 and I don't know. We would set it at 140, probably a limit order, just because that's the last price that it went for. And then we do our calculator. We would get paid $140 for selling this covered call. You need 100 shares to sell the covered call. So 140 divided by our total cost would be $11.75. So that's about 12% we would make right off the bat. So you can think about it as, okay, well, I just got 12% back. when I bought the 100 shares, I get a 12% discount. You could think about it as, well, I made 12% profit. Or you could just immediately and then wait for it to go up. Because you still have the 100 shares. You don't get rid of the 100 shares until it hits your strike price. And our strike price was 17.5. So that's the second way we make money. So we bought it at 11.75. So then we do 11.75. Sorry, our strike price is 17.5 minus 11.75. That is 5.75 divided by our initial cost was 11.75. So we would make so if it goes up to our strike price of 17, we're still holding the 100 shares. So we make that money and we sell it for 17.5. It'll automatically sell if you've sold the covered call. So it'll be about 49% that we'll make from 11.75, riding it up to 17.5. Plus the initial premium of $140 of what we got paid immediately. We get paid that cash in our account for selling the covered call in the first place. So plus 48 is like 49% plus what it was like 12%. So that's 61% almost. So we could get 61% if the strategy plays out. First of all, we get the premiums for selling the covered calls because we have 100 shares. Second of all, we're holding the 100 shares and they're appreciating once it goes up to our strike price of 17.5, or you could do the 15 or whatever. All right. So those are both two ways to make money in this. And while you're holding the 100 shares, you might get some dividends as well. But those are going to be negligible usually. But that's why this is called this triple income strategy. All right. So that's not the only thing that we need to think about. Because the risk in doing this is it might not go up to 17.5. Maybe it goes up to 15, but it doesn't matter. And at our expiration, if it didn't hit 17.5, then we can sell another covered call. This contract it expires, it cancels, whatever, it's gone, and we have the 100 shares and we're available to sell another covered call and get a premium. Maybe it goes up to 15, so we actually made some money. It went from 11.75 to 15. Maybe it maybe it goes down a little bit, which is possible. So don't do this unless you mind holding 100 shares for, short to mid-term, whatever, because it might go down. But think about it. You sold the premium and got $140. So let's look at this. It was $1.40 per share, or $140 for your 100 shares. Now, if we bought it at an average price of $11.75, so what we would do, we lowered our cost basis effectively by $1.40. So minus $1.40, that's $10.35. So effectively, we have lowered our cost basis. We bought these shares for $10.35. So we have some wiggle room if it goes down. All right, it could literally go down. Our break even would be $10.35, even though the market price is $11.75. So this is an interesting way. But again, don't do this if you think the stock is going to go down. But just don't mind if it does, because that's, but if you want to hold the 100 shares anyways, go ahead and do this. You're just lowering your cost basis. So I think this is good to do. I think a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of new beginners in options, they just buy just bull call, like long on the calls. Buy the calls, buy the puts. Most people would buy calls. But there's a lot of other things that we can do. So now I want to show you, before I look at the chat real quick, I want to show you one other thing that we can do to lower the cost basis even further. And that's what I'm doing right now on this, this position right here on the GEVO. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably you can. The GEVO, I am selling 5 contracts of puts. I'm selling a put, cash covered put. It's the opposite of selling the call. So, where'd it go? There it is. And I sold it at the 12.5 strike. And I got $1.90 right here. Average price was $1.90. So I got $190 times 5 contracts. So what is that? It's almost $1,000. $190 times 5. $950 I got totally for selling that. So all you need to do to sell the covered put is have the cash in your account, be ready to buy it, because what this means is we're wanting to buy it for 12.5 strike price. 12.5, February 19th expiration. So I'll show you. So go over to puts on the Webull, February 19th, that was my expiration, and I had the position right here. You see it's -5. Let's move this over. -5, and I had sold that. Currently, this is the 1.88, so it's down a little bit. And GVO, like we said, is 11.75. So now this is interesting because if it is, we're going to be buying at 12.5 at the expiration. We're going to get assigned if it is lower than 12.5 because it's a put, so it has to be lower. It has to be in the money is actually lower. So you might be thinking, why would you want to buy for 12.5? It's cheaper right now. Okay, well, look, on the calculator, remember, I got $1.90. I got $190 for doing this. So I lowered my cost basis even more. So, 12.5 this time, we're going to minus the 1.9 because that's what I got paid for selling this put. So that was 10.6. So actually, I am buying this, if it's lower than 12.5, for $10.60 because I got the 1.9. So I lowered my cost basis to 10.6. So I'm golden, right? So I want to get assigned. I want to buy this for 12.5, all right? I've lowered my cost basis to 10.6. And then once I buy, I got 5 contracts. I'll buy 500 shares. And then once I have the 500 shares, which I bought for 10.6, my cost basis, I'm going to go ahead and take my 500 shares and I'm going to go back over here and sell the call. And remember, my cost basis is 10.6. That's the key. And so I don't know what it's going to be at. Let's just say I go over and boom, boom, going on March 19th. And like we were talking about before, currently it's 1.4. It's going to change on Monday when market opens. But let's just pretend like it's 1.4, like we were talking about before. And this is the 17.5 strike at a 40-day till expiration. Now, remember, my cost basis was 10.6 because I got into the position by selling the put. Now I'm going to lower it even more by $1.40. So minus $1.40 from that. So my cost basis is going to be in total $9.20. All right. So I'm lowering my cost basis just by an enormous amount from market right now. It's down to 9.2 if I sell the put, get assigned, sell the call, and collect all the premiums. 9.2, and right now market's 11.75. That's 2.55 divided by 11.75. So I've lowered my cost basis by almost 22% just by selling puts and selling calls, and that's the wheel strategy. Once you get assigned, if it hits the strike of 17.5 and I get assigned, then I will sell a put again. Simple as that. So I'll just keep doing that over and over and over again. And that's called the wheel strategy. Some people call it triple income strategy. All right. Let me go ahead and I hope you guys understand that. If you don't understand that, I mean, for sure it's complicated. If you don't know what a call is, this is probably going to be hard. And if I didn't explain it well, let me know. But I try my best. I go over this a lot because this is what you guys can utilize to transform your strategies. You should implement this. These are the theta gang or theta plays, whatever you want to call it. But this is what you guys should implement into your strategies, especially if you have common stock, at least 100 shares. And you can do these things really cheap. You can do for like, some of the stocks are like $7, $8. I mean, only going to cost you for 100 shares, $700, $800. You know what I mean? Or even cheaper ones, but all right, yeah. So remember, guys, I do the one-on-one coaching. So if you want to hop on a Zoom call with me, I do that, and we can go over this. I'm not going to specifically give you guys like, hey, you need to buy this stock or you need to sell it right now. I'm not gonna. It's not like that, but mostly it's just coaching you guys. It could be how to use Webull. It could be these different strategies that we can learn and we can do. And of course, I'll give you tips on what you guys can buy, like what I'm buying or something like that. But it's mainly like that. I never am going to tell you guys what you should buy, but you can see what I buy though, and do what you want with it. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Somebody's ringing the doorbell. Sorry about that, guys. Should have turned that off. All right. Now, hopefully everybody understands that. Let me go ahead and review this, catch up on this chat. Do you mind explaining covered calls? We did it. What do these negative quantities mean? Never mind. Okay, did that. So when you sell a covered call, you get to keep the 100 shares. That's right. So you basically stop doing covered calls when it gets near your strike. I mean, that's gonna be like next level of strategy. We can go over that. I don't want to do anything way too complicated for you guys. I don't know what your level of understanding is, each person. But yeah, I mean, that would be the next thing that we could consider to do. It's called rolling the covered calls, or we could roll the puts or whatever like that. Let me go over that next, okay? But profit off the premiums until it gets that high. Yep. So we collect the premiums immediately when we sell it. As soon as we click the button, the cash is going to be on our account. So it's like $190 or $140 or whatever. And it's like getting a discount on the shares. If we're buying the 100 shares, we're just getting a discount, lowering the cost basis. Which cost basis is how much it actually costed you for these 100 shares. That's the goal, is lowering the cost basis and holding the 100 shares until it goes to the moon or whatever. But basically, that's the goal. So let's see. Should I be doing covered calls? I wasn't sure, so I didn't do on the ACTC play you made last week. Yeah, I did on the ACTC. Let me double check that. Yeah, okay, so let me screen share this. Weeboo. Okie dokie. Let's see. So here's the AC. This is what it's going to look like if we've got the covered call. So let me expand this. Got it. So ACTC was right here. I had 100 shares, so those are kind of locked in, you see. Those are being used. And then the ACTC stock. And here is the -1. So that means we sold this call. So we got it for $1. And currently this covered call is 30 cents. So as you can see, it's up 70%. This is going to be a good example for me to go ahead and transition into rolling it. So as you can see let's find another example. Here's a solo covered call I have. Solo covered call, I had the 100 shares. I got this for, and this is -36%. Let me explain this. So the average price was 50 cents. And the total cost was -$50. So that means the cost is negative. That means you got it. That's a premium, right? So I got a $50 for selling this one contract of solo at an average price of 50 cents. When I executed this order, when I sold it, it was 50 cents, right? So I got $50. Now, the thing is, it's getting closer. Solo is going up. It's getting closer to my strike. Actually, I think it's already past my strike. Let me just pull it up real quick. Just so I don't talk wrong. Okay, yeah, really close. It's $8.77. Let's look at the chart. Okay, so $8.77. So you see, my strike was $9 on February 12th. So February 12th is next Friday. So I need it to be, I'm going to get assigned if it goes above $9, because this is a covered call. So right now it's $8.77. So once it goes above 9, I'm going to have to buy 100 shares. Or sorry, I'm going to have to sell my 100 shares, sorry. And then I sell it for $9. So it doesn't really matter if this is negative. Like we didn't actually lose this $18. We're not actually down 36% unless you close the position. And that means you would be rolling the covered call. So because we got the $50 already. If this goes to expiration on February the 12th, we're going to be forced to sell our 100. I don't care if we sell 100. It's fine with me because we already got $50 and it appreciated to $9. And we bought it at $8.09, it says right here. You see? Yeah, so it was like $8.09. That was the total we bought it for, and we sold it when it was $8.77. So the first one is what you actually bought the 100 shares for was $8.09. So it's already going to appreciate to $9. So we're already making money. So I don't care if this expires and we get assigned, sell 100 shares for $9. It doesn't matter. We're making money, and we got the $50. So look, why is this negative then? It's because if we close this position, because look, the average price we bought it for was 50 cents, and the last price, as it is right now, this contract is actually worth 68 cents. So that's a negative 36% or negative $18 on my 50. So look, this is useful, this last line of the 3 lines here on the solo. This is going to be useful if you want to roll this call. Look, if you don't want to sell the 100 shares of solo, if you want to keep the 100 shares of solo, you don't want to sell it, you don't want to get assigned. Okay, so look, you buy back this position. You buy it back at 68 cents. You take a loss of 36%. You buy to close it because remember, you're selling the call. So you need to buy this call to close it. So what we do is just, we can right click on it and we just close this one. But of course I can't do that because the market's not open, but anyways. Right, oh, here it comes over here. So right, we would be closing it, and then the order would pop up over here, and we would buy to close. But you just right click and you can close it. All right, and it would set the limit at 68, or you can change it. Doesn't matter because look, we closed over here. Yeah, it's 69. We can do 68. We can change it, and remember, this is buying the call, buy to close. But don't be confused. Just right click and click close on this $9 selling the call. We're going to take a loss of $18. We're going to take a loss of $18, and that's okay. Because look, then what we're going to do is we're going to roll it out to a later date. So then we're going to go look at these options. So we just lost $18 on it, but that's okay because look, we're up 50 and then down 18. So totally negative $18. So then we're going to go out to February 19th. And we're going to sell for, I don't know, $10. And that's going to give us 70. We're going to sell this. It's going to give us, we're going to set a limit order, just whatever you want. That's going to give us $70, 70 cents per 100. So it's going to give us $70, and then we're negative 18. So totally we're still going to be 52. We're still going to be okay if we roll that. So basically what it means, guys, just in simple terms, I hope you guys understand. Yeah, if you close this position, you're going to be negative. If you don't close this position, you're just keeping the $50 till expiration. You get assigned, you don't get assigned, who knows? It depends on if the price hits your strike of $9. All right, but if you want to roll it, if you don't want to get assigned, okay, so buy this position back, you're going to take a loss of $18, no problem, because then you go over to the option book and you think about it. Okay, so the next expiration out is going to be 12 days instead of the 5 days on February 19th, and you can do another, you can sell it at $10. So you're basically raising the strike and extending the date. Yeah, you could do even further too if you don't want to get assigned, but that's just going to be up to you guys. Hopefully you guys understand that. If not, let me know. All right, let me catch back up on this chat. So basically you stop, see, doing cover calls when it gets your strike. So you don't have to stop, but you can roll it like I just explained. But you don't have to. You can get assigned and just sell the 100 shares. Like, it doesn't matter. Some examples of when you don't want to share, get assigned and sell your 100 shares is if you're going to have to pay a lot of taxes on it, right? So like, for example, I've been holding, I was selling a call on my Tesla, I had 100 shares of Tesla stock. And so what I was about to get assigned to it. Like, it literally went up to my strike. My strike was like 875 and it went up to like 874, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get assigned, and I have been holding Tesla for a long time, so I've made a decent chunk of change on these, and I would have to pay what is capital, it would be income tax, 20-30%, and I don't want to pay 20-30% because of selling the call at premium is like $1,000-$2,000. It's not worth paying 20-30% of some big gains, right? So it just depends. Think about it, the tax wise, you know, if you want to get assigned or not. But for my solo, I don't care if I get assigned because I didn't make much money anyways. It was like $50 premium, and then from $8.09 up to $9 on only 100 shares. It's not gonna affect anything. So I don't care if it gets assigned. I didn't really want to do such a big position. I really like a lot of small positions personally, just diversify, even in options. But the GEVO I'm doing a little bit bigger because the premiums are quite a bit on that, especially if it bounces up on Monday. As a beginner, what are good targets to get out of options for profits or losses? Okay, so yeah, like I always say, sell at 25, 50, and 100%. If you can, get 4 option contracts, or 3 or 2, and just get more than 1 if you can, because I would sell at 25, 50, and 100%. If you only have 1 and you have a small account balance, I mean, the smaller the account balance, the less risk you should be taking, in my opinion. A lot of people say the opposite, but if you only have $1,000, you can't diversify very well, because some of these positions cost $800, most cost more than $1,000. So I mean, you can't diversify very well with only $1,000, for example. So you should be taking even less risk, because you don't want to lose $1,000. You want to try to get up to 5,000, and then you can start diversifying a little more and taking a little bit more risk. So, you know, and then if you have $1 million, you can take a lot of risk, and if you lose, it's not gonna affect you so much because you have $1 million. So I really think, because some people only have $1,000 and they're like, okay, let me YOLO real quick, because I only have $1,000 and I need to get 10,000 real quick. But I really think it's the opposite. I'm not a YOLO trader, and I don't take a lot of risks. So yeah, it took me. I mean, it only took a year. I mean, you guys probably saw my profit loss chart on Twitter or Reddit or wherever you guys are coming from. And it took 2020. We went from 300 to 700,000. So I mean, and I'm not taking much risk, guys. That's literally not taking much risks. So we're doing about 140%. Like year to date is around 140. I think we're doing, which is pretty good because we're on par with ARK Invest and most of their portfolios actually. So we're doing pretty good over here. But yeah, I mean, where you guys come from? Let me know where you first saw me. You first saw me on Twitter, Reddit, where else? YouTube? Yeah. We just started the YouTube, but hey, it's cool. I got the new mic in. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm thinking about putting a lot of like lights, some better ones here, like just on this part to make it more colorful, because that's the popular thing to do. I guess all the cool people got some cool lights in their YouTube videos, so we're going to be doing that too. But let me know any suggestions you might have. I really appreciate all you guys. And remember, I need to plug the Discord really quick. We do have a new Discord from all of my OGs, and you guys all qualify for OG status. All my original followers. So go in the Discord. We have a VIP section. All you guys can go in the VIP. Is unlocked right now, and check it out, because that is my top priority. You guys don't realize how many questions I'm getting from Reddit and Twitter every day. But there's a bunch of traffic coming in from Reddit. We actually have a subreddit if you guys are interested. Probably you guys already know if you're coming from Reddit and following me on Reddit. But I'm getting a bunch of questions when I post the Journey to $1 Million market analysis. So, you know, and it's very busy, and I've only been doing this for a couple weeks, guys. So it's really crazy already. But yeah, so I made the VIP section, and eventually it'll be locked once we have too many people on the Discord. So we just opened the Discord, and already we have more than 50 people already. So I mean, that's pretty good, I would say. But nevertheless, plugging the Discord. And also, guys, if you are joining the Discord and you are active on it, then I will be doing a giveaway at one point, just to let you guys know. And I had never talked about that before, so if you're on this live stream right now, you are technically the first people to know about this, but keeping it low key right now. But just let you guys know, throwing that out there for you. All right, let me catch up on this chat. As a beginner, good targets. Okay, did that? I missed this. Will it be posted for viewing later? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Perfect. If you don't mind, if you don't find time to go over that rolling over, I'll hit you up for a one-on-one. That's awesome. And yeah, guys, I'm doing this for free, and it's really keeping me busy, but I like it. I love talking about stocks. I do this anyways, like in real life. I've been doing this in real life mostly it was crypto before, but of course I do stocks for a long time, and Forex I used to do a bunch, but you know, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I legit am happy to be doing this for free. It doesn't bother me at all. It's fun, especially with the coronavirus now, but appreciate that, because the one-on-one is the only way, because YouTube won't monetize me until I have like 1,000 followers, 1,000 subs on YouTube, plus like 4,000 watch hours. So I mean, hopefully one day we can get that, which is going to be soon. We're already almost at 400 in only like a week. It's crazy, but we'll get that soon, you know. But yeah, that's the only way that I can make anything out of this is the tip jar, which is on the Webull, in the description of this, and also I put it on the Webull, the text on the Webull. So if you guys want to give me a tip, or you know, I'm sure you guys are making money. Hit me up if you're using my picks to make money, which I know a lot of you guys already have, 400 some crazy numbers, but 400% or whatever. So that's the only way. And then the one-on-ones, of course. But yeah, I don't charge much for the one-on-ones, guys. Don't worry, I'm not charging hundreds of dollars or anything, because we're still starting. And in the future, my VIPs will have discounted one-on-ones. But I mean, look, to be honest with you guys, you know, even as it is right now, I don't really have much time to do the one-on-ones, so it doesn't really matter for me, because if you are doing everything that you should be doing, watching my live streams, watching every video, following me on Twitter, especially turning on those notifications, and active in the Discord, you guys, and because you can ask me questions in the Discord, you know, just one question at a time in the VIP section, and I will answer every single one of those, and those are my first priority. But you guys they probably don't need to do it, you know, to be honest with you, unless there's some, you know, if you want to get a one-on-one, I mean, we can go over some things. If you need to do the screen share is really the most useful thing that we can do. And if you have some questions about some strategies and stuff like that. But I really appreciate you guys nevertheless. And let me check that Super Bowl. Can someone please tell me what the score is right now? Let me check that real quick. Well, it's probably all over Twitter. Let me just do that. 21-6. Is still halftime. 31-9. Nice. I'm going for Tampa Bay, to be honest with you, because Tom Brady is just the GOAT, so why not? That's cool. But anyways, thanks for joining me during that Super Bowl. I appreciate that. So yeah, Z, go ahead and email me on the contact form at prostockadvice.com, or just message me on Twitter. It doesn't matter. We can schedule a one-on-one if you want. The live stream will be posted as a video. Yes. Thank you for joining, Zach Lang. Is it Long or Lang? Interesting. So high level, if it's a stock you think will keep going up, collect premiums, roll over, take a small loss, recoup on the next premium. Exactly. But you still collected 2 premiums. Well, you collected 1 premium, but then if it's negative, if you see on the Webull where it said negative like 36% or whatever, $18, so that's going to be totally, you're going to lose that, because it's going to cost you $68 to buy it back. So you got paid $50, it cost you $68 to buy it back, to close it. So you're negative 18 net, and then you're going to roll it out for like 70 or something. So your negative 18 plus 70 is like what, 52? You know what I mean? So basically like this. Do you mainly play when you expect the stocks you're watching to go up? Do you mainly play when you expect the stocks you're watching to go up? What do you mean? You mean roll? Or you mean sell covered calls? Reddit option subs, nice. I appreciate that. I really, and usually there's a lot of negativity, like trolls on Reddit, and I got some in the beginning, I try my best to make these high quality analysis for free. I promise you these would usually not be free that you would find. You know, because it takes me a decent amount of time. I spend a decent amount of time writing those and making the graphs and doing the research. You know, but those are always going to be free. That's my promise. You know, unless I have like 1 million subs, 10 million subs, and I just don't have any time, then gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But I don't have any plans for that. So yeah, those are always going to be free. Unlike some Twitter traders and YouTube traders. You know what? That's a thing that, because I'm watching these guys on YouTube and Twitter, and that's what inspired me to do this. I knew I always wanted to do this. I just never really got around to it, and I finally did. And really what inspired me the most, because especially some YouTube traders and Twitter traders, they're just like, oh yeah, buy this one. Hey, this one's going up. Look, buy this. You should buy that. This one's good. Hey, watch this one. But they don't follow up on it, because if it goes down, and then we're just kind of like left out in the cold. So they don't really follow up. So that's why I want to do this, because we are legit doing real trades. You guys see my Webull. I'm not hiding anything. All out in the open for good or for worse. So, you know, and we're follow up on all of them. I posted a bunch of tweets earlier today about following up on every single one from my watch list. I totally updated it. Updated the target prices. You guys can go back and check the watch list. It's prostockadvice.com/watchlist. And I followed up on every single one. Everyone we're making good money on that we've been calling out, except for two, which was Lee and AMD, right? And I tweeted about that. So we're following up on everything here, and you can see the positions that we have. And hey, you know, I rolled the Tesla call because I was almost going to get screwed over by that, and I rolled it. And you guys knew it, like, you know, if we close out some for the loss, you guys are going to know about it. So I think that's really going to build this community even tighter knit, you could say, because we're doing real stuff here. It's nothing just like, hey, buy this Tesla for long term because it's going to go up. And that's really what annoyed me most about it. So, you know, we'll see. But yeah, the Reddit, I do post all of those things, but if, you know, keep following on Reddit if you want, but those are the same things on the prostockadvice.com/blog. Those are all just the free analysis I do. Sorry to clarify that other point. You buy 3 packs of options and sell 25, 50, and 100%, or was it 4? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever you want to, whatever you can afford, and whatever you think is best to diversify. If you only have $1,000, then maybe you're only going to get 2 or 3, or even 1. If you have, you know, $10,000, you can get 4 or 8 or 6. Basically, the point is you sell. I use the example of 4 because you would sell 25% of how many contracts you have at 25% profit, and then you would totally have sold. You would sell another 25%, or a total of 50% of all the contracts at 50% profit. And then you can think about it and reevaluate. At that point, I would reevaluate if I want to sell more at 75 or wait until 100. Okay, more than often, I would sell at 75 and 100, and maybe let one ride. But I'm not gonna let one ride so much because of the decay. Because every single day, the options are worth less. They lose the intrinsic value. So it's up to you. But for me personally, I would prefer usually to do 4, and then I sell. And then we're talking about calls, just normal bull calls or buying calls or buying puts. I would try to do 4 usually, so I can dollar cost average the taking of the profits. What are your thoughts on margin investing? I mean, there's nothing wrong with margin investing. You know, obviously don't do more than you have. So like, you know, like, so in my Webull, I've got, you know, X amount of money. In my bank account, I've got X amount of money. So don't go on the Webull and go on margin more than the X amount of money, no matter if it's, you know, whatever. Just make sure you can pay it back. That's the safest thing to do, because, you know, it takes how long it takes. It takes like a week or 3 days or whatever to transfer money into your account. So I mean, you know, you could just buy it on margin if you see an opportunity, and then you know, and then wait for the money to hit your account, and then it'll get paid back. It doesn't matter. But overall, it's cheap. Webull margin is 5 to 7%, something like that. You know, I don't have any problems with that. I've probably at one point during the coronavirus, I was probably, because I was buying, you know, I was dollar cost averaging, and it's risky. I'm not saying none of this stuff is it's not risky. There's risks to all of this stuff, but you have to do your own research about it and think about it for yourself. Don't listen to me and just do every single thing I do. Don't do that. You need to think about it yourself, guys, if you want to take that risk for the margin. But, you know, it can make extra money. There's nothing, and it's cheap margin. There's nothing wrong with it, because think about it. Look, if the margin costs 5% and you have a dividend stock that's paying you 7%, I mean, you're making 2% almost for free. You know, hopefully it doesn't go down. Hopefully the underlying just doesn't tank. You know, but if you buy a quality dividend stock, you can easily get 6-7%. So I mean, at the very, very, very basic thing, you could do that. If the market's about to crash, don't do that, right? And be okay to sell it and pay back all of the margin, the borrowed margin. But overall, there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't do so much. Like on Webull, they give you a lot of margin. They give you like 100% of your account balance. At least they gave me. And I'm not going to use that. So like right now, I think I've got maybe 30,000 on Webull, which is only like less than 4% of my account balance is like margin. So it's not a big deal. I can easily sell if I need to, or I can transfer more money in. Good question. How do you think about sizing your positions? I mean, it depends on how expensive they are, and it depends on how many we can get, and it depends on your account balance, really. There's no one answer for that. You really need to decide. That yourself. There's no one answer for that. Depends on your account balance. Depends on the risk you want to put in on that position. Depends on how risky the position is. Because I do the risk ratings 1 to 5, so you can consider that if you're following along on my journey. There's a lot of things. I mean, for me, I do a lot of smallness. You know, I got this one time I was on Reddit. I don't remember if it was r/stock market or r/stocks, but I posted my analysis, and then they apparently didn't like it, and they kicked me off of they banned me from the subreddit. I forget what it was, stocks or stock market. And then the mod messaged me on Twitter and was like, pretty much like, nobody believes you're really doing this because you're doing so small. Like, I think it was about the solos, because that's only like an $800 position. Nobody believes it's real, blah, blah. And I was thinking like, bro, you expect like successful traders to be YOLOing into huge positions? So I mean, it's hard to take some of these people seriously. But so I mean, just, you know, I like a lot of small positions. That's called diversification. So personally, I'm like that. But everybody's different. But I have a decent sized account balance, so I can afford to diversify better than a lot of people. But I started with a $500 loan back in 2011. Someone believed in me and gave me $500. I mean, I was young back then. You know, I was 10 years younger, and I was right out of college. You know, the economy was just shot at that time. Couldn't find a job, couldn't do anything. You know, it was tough. Thought about joining the army at one point because there was just I just couldn't get a job, didn't have any money. Trying to start up some businesses, I was just trying to hustle. And I always was interested in stocks since middle school. My middle school had a stock investing club, and we had a competition. And me and my best friend at the time won the middle school stock investing competition. We had the highest gain on our portfolio. So, you know, I've always been interested in those type of things. But really, I just like passive income, sitting in this chair and at this desk and making a lot of money. That's my style. Or having some rental properties. I do real estate. But anyways, I started with a $500 loan, and I built it up. So don't let anybody tell you guys that you can't do it with a small account balance. That's stupid. because I get a lot of questions. I legitimately get a lot of questions like, oh, do I need $1,000? Like, is $1,000 enough to start this? Like, people told me I need like $10,000 or something, 20,000. Thinking like, no. You can start. You just can't really diversify very well. Just play it safe. That's why I think selling covered calls is very safe. Because you can make, because on the one covered call we were calculating, you're making like, if it hits your strike in like a month, I think we calculated it was like 48, 49%, or was it 60%? If it goes well, on the trade goes well, because we hope all trades go well. We're not going to get into the trade if we think it's not going to go well. So if it does go as we expect, that's like 40, 60% a month. So there's, don't do it because you only have a little bit of money, guys. Okay. Let's see, next thing, margin investing did that. Also, do you ever sell out your position early if you think it's going to stop? If you think it's going to stop going down? Do you sell out your position early if you think it's going to stop going down? So you mean, do I cut it? Yeah, sure. If it's negative like a bunch, then I'll cut it. And I don't see any hope, like for sure I'll cut it. Sometimes it happens. If we can be 70% accurate, then that's perfect. And we're about like that on this channel. We're somewhere like 80. I mean, the last 2 weeks were very good. We only had 2 that didn't really go well, which was Lee and AMD. But Lee is still in the buy zone, so it's not bad. And it's still on my support. By the way, let me pull it up real quick. Switch this over. Go to Lee. Go to the chart. Okay, look, it's still on my buy zone. So we had bought it in here when it hit. So it's over here right now. But if you know it's even, it's flat, we're actually losing money on options. But nevertheless, it's not bad. So I mean, that was really the only one. Oh, and then AMD. AMD is just, I closed that out like 2 weeks ago, I think, because it was just so flat, look. And it's even gone down. Cannot really say what's going on with AMD. AMD I made a lot of money on before. Let's scroll up. Where's the Corona lows? Wow. It's right here. It's not much. Yeah, we had made a lot of money on AMD. But then just recently it's just lagging. My target price is still $100 though. I mean, for sure it's still $100. AMD overall is going to be fine. But all the semiconductors are lagging. That's another one because we have the SMH position, which SMH is the semiconductor ETF. And so on this position, we're actually down like 40% right now on our option. But it's okay though. It'll bounce back. Just all the semiconductors are down. Semiconductors like AMD, Intel, Nvidia, the chip producers, I guess you could say. But it's all good. So I don't want to cut I thought about cutting the SMH position at a negative 40%. I probably should and then rebuy it if it goes down more. But I don't want to. I'll just keep it because I still have some time. I think it's March. It's going to be hard with the decay. And we might lose out on that. But I'm going to reevaluate those on Monday. And I'll be posting on Twitter and Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, link in the description. Join our Discord server. We have a VIP section. You can ask me questions and I answer every single one. And those are the priority ones I answer. Okay, the chat is full. Let me try to catch up. Wheel strategy, yeah, I use it. All right, where am I? Got solo. Is it too late for CCIV though? No, it's not too late for CCIV. I'd wait for it to pull back, I think. I updated the watch list, so go ahead and check that out, what my entry and target is. But it's still valid because it's updated. But it might have to pull back a little bit more. But overall, it should go up on the merger. But keep in mind, CCIV is a rumored to merge with Lucid. So don't just bet all your money on it. But it seems like it's going to be likely. At least the consensus shows that. Do you buy or sell calls in pre or post market? Not really, no. Some gurus suggest only buying or selling in the afternoon when IV drops and volume is. Yeah, for sure. It's not a bad idea. Yeah. But actually, see, at right when market opens though, there's a lot of volatility, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the SPY strategy. A lot of beginners do this because, and it works out sometimes because the SPY will take a dip. SPY is S&P 500 ETF. The SPY will take a dip right when market opens, and then it'll like go down, and then it'll just go right back up to normal levels because people sell off. They try to sell off right when the market opens. So actually, you can get good deals. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. These furus, I think you meant gurus. It makes sense what you're saying, and it's a good idea overall. But everybody's different. I personally like to get bargains when the volatility is high because sometimes they take a dip. I do most of my stuff in the beginning, and then I'll set the limit orders. So I'm not going to just market everything. I'll always set a limit order and try to get an even better price because I want it to dip a little bit in the day, no matter if it's afternoon or morning. But I just set the limit order, so it doesn't really matter because I'm not market ordering anything. And usually it's working out pretty well, but of course sometimes it doesn't. When do you think AMD up again? Yeah, I mean, target price 100. Just give it a couple of months. I thought it was going to hit, but I was wrong about that one. But I got out of the position. I don't have any AMD positions. I don't know if you remember, I closed out right before I applied for the margin on Webull. My OG followers will know what I'm talking about. All right, Lee, in my opinion, is an accumulate phase, which is a good thing. Yeah. Totally agree with that. You know, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm actually in China. I'm in Shanghai right now. I've been in Shanghai for 10 years. I do the crypto hedge funds here. I did crypto mining. I did a lot of crypto things here because it's really popular. It was, at least. Now it's too regulated. I can't really do anything with crypto here anymore. But I was one of the first to have a cryptocurrency hedge funds in Shanghai, in China, back a long time ago. Well, I started a hedge fund in 2014, 2015, but yeah. So, but yeah. Anyways, I'm in China, so I've actually seen these cars: the Lees, the Xiaopengs, and the Neos. So, yeah. I'm very familiar with those. The Lees are very nice. I like them a lot. Those are my favorite. If I were to buy one, I would buy Elite. It's cheaper than Neo, and they look very nice. I like how they look better. They look just really classy, like almost like a Lincoln. I always say that. I don't know why. I think it looks like a Lincoln, but it just kind of reminds me of a Lincoln, like a nice, classy, luxury Lincoln. All right, but yeah, Lee is gonna be good. It got beat down on the earnings recently. I believe that was why it's not taken off. And then the market pulled back, so then it went down a little bit more. But overall, it's still on my support. So this is, let's go back over to Lee. So this is my TA here. It's in a nice channel. It's right in my buy zone still. I mean, it entered my buy zone back here, and I bought it, and I made money, and I closed out because I sold a put. And then went down, so I was making money. I closed it out. I'm gonna reevaluate. So the funny thing is, I actually made money on that, even though it went down. But the selling a put is technically it's a put, so you would think it's a bearish position, but technically it's bullish because I want to buy it. I have the intention to buy these shares, just a little bit cheaper, right? So overall, I'm bullish on Lee for sure. I mean, it's gonna bounce here. It already bounced one time. Oh no. I seriously need to get in the habit of locking this. Let's do that right now. Okay. So yeah, and it's still in the super trend, the super bull trend. It works all right for Lee. It's so new. I wouldn't put so much emphasis on the super trend, but it's all good. I got a target of 44. It's gonna bounce soon, guys. The next EV push. All right, let's see next. Hey, what's up? Damien, what's up, man? Competing with the Super Bowl. I know. It's tough, but this is the best time for me, so gotta do what I gotta do. Let's see what the score is, actually. I'm a pretty big football fan, you know what I mean? And there were some Europeans that wanted me to... Still 31-9? Oh, it's fourth quarter. That's awesome. You know what? I'm happy for Tom Brady. And representing Tampa Bay. I'm not from Tampa Bay though, but that's cool. It's a good story. and then I think the Chiefs were overrated. On my favorite team, my ex-favorite team. I cannot support this team anymore. Just to let you guys know, as a Houston Texans, I cannot support them anymore. It's the dumbest thing that's ever happened. I'm so over it. You know what I mean? But the Matthew guy, the safety, the secondary defensive guy, he's just such a prick, and he left Houston. Whatever, long story. I'm literally starting the same. I'm too diversified. What do I do? I'm literally starting the same 500. I've got 200 in Robinhood for pennies. What do you turn the 500 into? 500 what? $500? You have $500 in Robinhood? $200 in Robinhood for penny stocks? I wouldn't really do penny stocks. It's too volatile. Like I said before, the lower your account balance, the more safe you should be, in my opinion. It goes against what some people want to do, though. They want to YOLO, but... Well, you definitely were smart by getting in Bitcoin and Tesla. Thank you. I have the same goals as you. Put a lot of money initially into AMD, and it has been... Yeah, for sure. Not sure if you covered this. Did you go over your plans for tomorrow as soon as the market opens? Yeah, I'm going to do the write-up. I'm behind on the work, but I'm going to do my the what to watch for the week write-up, and then you guys will have a better idea of what I'm going to watch. And I'm going to go over some of them early now because I have a list of what I'm going to watch, but I'm going to officially make write up the analysis later. But overall, I mean, I'm going to be watching my positions. I'm going to see what's cheap, see if I can get into anything new. Look at the watch list. It's prostockadvice.com/watch list. See if anything is going down, because then I want to buy it for cheap. Because I'm not scared if it goes down. If it goes down, I'm going to buy more, right? Because it's on the watch list for a reason. It will. I am bullish on them. So if it's cheap, I'm going to buy it. Overall, like that. And then if some of my current positions that are open, I'm going to take profit on. I have a Taiwanese semiconductors. Yeah. Except lately they've been effed. Yeah. I know. Semiconductors were my favorite. It's what made me the most money in 2020. So, SOXL specifically, I 3x those semiconductors, and it paid off. And I had allocated an equal amount of capital to every single ETF that I was doing, no matter if it was TQQQ, TECL, SOXL, SPXL, whatever. And the semiconductor ones just blew up in 2020. Anyways, they'll come back. We can view your portfolio with Weibo. We can view your portfolio with Weibo. What do you mean? Weibo or Weibo? Are you Chinese? Zach Lang? No? It sounds like the Weibo, like it's like the Chinese Twitter. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Weibo. Or do you have some sort of tracker so I can make sense of where everything is at that you mentioned? I mean, go on my Twitter. I post the live trades. I post the live trades on Twitter and on Discord. Join the Discord, and you can see the Twitter, the YouTube. Follow those and follow along on my blog. I do the daily write-ups for free. prostockadvice.com/blog is the write-ups, and then /watch list is where you can. It's just simply organized that you can see every target price and entry. But as far as my positions, yeah, I post them every day. I post like on Twitter when the market opens. I'm gonna post on Twitter. I'll tweet all of the trades I just entered. As soon as I enter them, I tweet them. Okay, and then you can do with it what you want. Or if I close any positions. And then at the end of when market closes, and because these are limit orders, I'll set. And then when the market closes, I'll go back and do a recap of what closed. And on my daily write-ups, you can see, I'll post these things. So you should know. You shouldn't have a question about that if you're following along, I think. F. Ford. Furu is fake guru? Okay. I didn't know. Good to know. Alright, let's see. Super Bowl's almost over, isn't it? anyways, we probably will get some more viewers after that's over. Good stuff. Okay, Damien, you want to do Ford? Let me check it out. Let me pull it up. All right. Yeah, I mean, I have a position of Ford, you see, but it's only for 3 shares because I got free ones for when you guys are using my Webull link. That's literally one of the only ways that I can make anything from doing this. Except for the tip jar, if you guys are making money from my picks, please hit me up for that. And because I can't monetize YouTube right now. But all in good time. So yeah, I actually got 3 free stocks from Ford. And if you sign up on the Webull, W-E-B-U-L-L is Webull, like bull market. And yeah, so you can get 4 free stocks right now, and one of them might be Facebook. So if this pulls back, like I might buy some more, although I'm not so interested in Ford, but I know they have the, I know they have the electric Mustang, but it's like an SUV type of thing. And then the other electric one, I forgot off the top of my head. But I know they're doing things like that for sure. So overall, I'm bullish on it. Obviously, it's going up. But I just think there's better use of capital. But this one is cheap. So I might sell cover calls. Like honestly, let's look at it. See, if 5 day is not going to be much, let's do a 12 day. Or even a 30. Do 1 month. Could be interesting. Nah, it's not that interesting. I mean, this $34 you could get if it hits 13, which it might. What's my $13 is my target. So if it hit 13, you could get $34. I mean, let's click that and sell it and limit order $34. I would probably do 34. I might do a little higher. Remember, those are down 27% on the day because it went down a decent amount. Was it a decent amount? Not really, though. The implied volatility is pretty high, but it's not that high. I mean, I know some people say, like, don't do these unless it's, like, less than 50% IV, but, I mean, that's just hard to find, 50% IV. These are options. They're going to be volatile. I mean, consider it. The IV is not be all end all for me. Although some people it is, but also the deltas, they're not. Really, it's all fundamental and risk based on how much capital I want to allocate. But anyways, calculator, $34 that we would get for the premium of selling the covered calls for Ford, which is not very much per 100 shares. It would cost us $11.51. I mean, there's just better things that we could do. That's only 3%. Nah. But again, it's down though today, or it was on Friday. Not so interesting. I love the idea of limit order your mind as a way to disregard FOMO. For sure, I mean, because we do the fundamental analysis before the market opens. We already did our homework. I'm not going to get in a position if I don't think it's going to go up. If I don't think it's going to go the way I want to, I'm not going to get in one of these positions anyways. So I just set the limit order and don't think about it because, I mean, but that's easy to do with stocks because there's so much of fundamental analysis. And I was actually talking to Sky from my Discord moderator. Really appreciate him, by the way. Shout out to Sky for hooking me up with some work on my Discord server. But we're talking about crypto, and I told him, I was like, crypto is stressful because you want to look at it because it's 24/7 first of all, and there's a lot of volatility, and it moves around like crazy, and especially if you're zoomed into like a 1 minute or 5 minute or 15 minute candlestick chart, I mean, and it goes down which it can go down a lot in a day or something. and then you might want to close those positions, but you got to wait. So I mean, that's the thing. Just set the limit orders and walk away. I'm not doing much day trading. I will do day trading if I'm in an option in the morning time and then it goes up a couple hours later to 300%. Yeah, I'll close it, or 25%, because usually I do 25, 50, and 100, and then plus. So I will do day trading, but mostly swing. It's just more stress-free, and there's so much fundamental analysis that we can do, which is really going to help. The technical analysis should only ever be 10% of your trading strategy, I believe. Only for entering and exit, finding a better prices to enter and finding a better price to exit. All right. It's like my Lee. My Lee, I want to enter at $30 because that's bouncing off of support. But I'm not making my entire strategy on Lee hitting this support. But I'm going to make the technical analysis so I can see, okay, instead of Lee is at a market price of $33, let's just say, instead of just market order at $33, market buy. So I'm going to look and be like, okay, well, I think maybe $30 is a little bit better because there's some sort of support right there, but it should only be 10% because I think technical analysis is only ever 10% right. It really reminds me of that one meme. The technical analysis meme is literally my favorite meme. But there's a lot of people that spend way too much time on TAs, drawing some cool lines on the charts. It doesn't work how you think it's going to work, especially with Bitcoin. Although Bitcoin, you don't have as much fundamental analysis that you can do, so you have to do the technical analysis. But just is what it is. So okay, let's see. I still just love AMD. I'm kind of a fanboy. Yeah, for sure. Do you box in China? Yeah, I do. Actually, I do. It's like the Matthew McConaughey of Chinese cars. You were into crypto. What do you think about Arcane? Just listed. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really like those, or like the smaller ones, and the Bitcoin mining. For example, Mara, a lot of people are talking about this online. MARA. It's a Bitcoin mining company that is public. I was in Bitcoin mining. I can tell you about that. If you want to invest in Bitcoin, just buy the Bitcoin. Don't buy Bitcoin mining stock, because it's going to be similar. If Bitcoin is going up, those mining companies are more profitable. Their stock is going to go up. If Bitcoin goes down, the mining companies the stock will go down. So there's literally no point to not just buy Bitcoin, because at the end of the day, if the market crashes, if Bitcoin pulled back tomorrow to $3,000, let's just say, and you were holding a couple Bitcoins, the worst case scenario is you're still holding a couple Bitcoins. But for these mining companies, all of their machines, all of their ASIC machines, whatever they're mining. Well, mining Bitcoin will be the Bitmain S9s, or well, now they're like S17s or something crazy. But they would not be profitable overnight. Literally overnight. The entire company would be just burning money for the electricity if they decided to keep the machines running. I mean, these companies have, I cannot imagine how many miners these companies actually have. And they would just be burning money. And I know how it feels because I've been there before. I had a few different locations that we were mining at. Nothing crazy big, but we sank a decent amount of capital into setting them up. One was in Mongolia, one was in Inner Mongolia, Sichuan, pretty much like that, wherever the cheap electricity is in China. But we had done some decent amount of Bitcoin mining. And at the crash in 2000, we were in it before, and it was great. We were investing more money, and it was like, oh, this is cool, printing Bitcoins. But then once the crash happened, it did crash to $3,000. It's just crazy and unprofitable, and you're burning so much money keeping the machines on. So then you debate if you should turn them off and then wait. I mean, but there's still so much overhead. I mean, man, that's just a tough business, I can tell you. So if it did crash to $3,000, I would be worried that a lot of those mining companies would go bankrupt. I don't know. I didn't look so much into it, to be honest with you, but it's because I've been in that industry and I don't like that industry anymore. And also, even when Bitcoin is going up, you're constantly fighting the, because for example, if a lot of people, if Bitcoin is like in the moon right now, a lot of people are like, yeah, I want to mine, I want to buy some machines and mine, and I want to set up some company and just mine. But then the difficulty to actually hit and get some Bitcoins is just goes up and up and up. And then it's even, you get even less money. So even though Bitcoin is going up, I mean, more and more people are mining, therefore the block payout is still the same. So it's in the Bitcoin mining pools, if you're in a pool or you have your own pool, it's going to be less chance to get paid or just less profitable overall if Bitcoin is up. So I mean, not for me. That's my advice. Don't buy the Bitcoin mining companies stocks. That's silly. Just buy the Bitcoin, because worst case scenario is the companies could go bankrupt and go under, and nobody bailing them out. But the just holding Bitcoin is nothing bad going to happen, except you're just going to hold Bitcoin. So that's my advice. I should make a video on that, to be honest with you, because I see a lot of people doing that. They're very, very, very bullish on Bitcoin miner stocks. It's just really nervous about that. Anyways, let me finish this up real quick. What happened to Oilers? Yeah, they left. Tennessee Titans now. Yeah, I know I'm behind. Sorry. I don't think you've explicitly said that, but I definitely want to get your personality that you just set limit orders, and yep, for sure. For sure. Well, I mean, overall, I'm going to post the analysis to go over what we need to go over for the watch next week. You can expect that probably in the morning. I will have that out for you guys to read. I'm a little bit behind on that as well, but yeah, we'll be doing that. And I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you're not following me on Twitter, please go ahead and do that. I post the daily trades there. Probably all you guys know. Link for the Discord in the description. If you guys appreciate this, please let me know. It really helps out my channel grow, and share it around too. But I'll be around, and I got some work to take care of today for the next analysis and what to go over. But we're just going to go ahead. I'll just write that up. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and we're trying to make this every week. I'm considering doing a live stream daily when the market opens. Every morning, so we can like, it would literally be live trading, and then you can see and we can talk about it and stuff. But I don't know if I could keep up with the chat and trade, because I'm not just talking about the things like some of the traders are. I'm actually trading it, you know what I mean? So we'll think about it. I don't know, we might do it. All right, but anyways guys, follow me on the social media, look at my